Poppin', what's cooking, what's flipping your burger? What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here, for stopping by. I have no idea what that intro was, but I do know what this intro is. Let's go ahead and move on into the next track with The Clash, London Calling. Oi! That was my version of London Calling. Four Horsemen. I feel like I've horsed around, so let's just listen to the song. Let's just do that. We'll talk about it after. Here we go.
Well, they were given the great to go, right in the sun. They loosened the screws at the back of the tongue. They don't know one, but they had begun. Four horsemen. They were given all the foods of vanity, and all the promises of immortality. But they bit the dust, screaming insanity. Four horsemen. One was over the edge, one was over the cliff, one was licking them dry with a bloody great flip. They picked up a hiker, didn't want to live from the horsemen.
Always come back to the call.
You're not searching, are you now? Not looking anyhow. You're never gonna ride a lonely mile. I'll put yourself up on the trial. Oh, you told me how your life is so bad, and I agree that it does seem sad. And that's the price that you gotta pay for lazing all around all day. Oh, and they're coming right through. Oh, and
Yeah, no coming
by
through.
you. They could look like you're wearing a dress. Oh, and it's gonna be well, they gave us everything, offending the mind. And we cleaned out their pockets and we drank them blind. It's a long way to the finish, so don't get left behind by those horsemen. Hey. And they gave us the grapes that went right in the sun. They loosened the screws at the back of the tongue. And we just told nothing about what was to come. Four horsemen.
It's so singy.
We know all the rock and roll. We know your rockin' soul. We read the part of the numbers cannot breathe. We beat the pieces of the heart cannot beat. We beat the dust of the mouth cannot beat. We know our rock and roll. We know your rockin' soul. We know your rock and roll. We know your rockin' soul.
You have to admit that every single time that it comes back to the Four Horsemen, wow, that was super off, wasn't? Let's try that again. Four Horsemen, better. Every time that they come back to singing that and calling that out at the end of every verse, it's very singable. It has a partial anthem to it, just that moment, and then the rest of it you just sing along. But like that moment, that's when the crowd comes in. That's when the whole bar joins in, Four Horsemen, and just cry out. That's really fun. I love the guitar riff that comes up in the back, that kind of rhythm, chicka 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 kind of guitar that sneaks in there. And then right about that same time, piano begins to enter in little sparse notes. And I think that those additions made this song stand out just a little bit longer, or better, alongside of that delivery. Like the build up near the end with the drums coming through, the bass rhythm changing, giving us something with different kind of movement and balance, and then moving forward to that to a quick but decisive climax. I think that makes it all stand out. I will admit to you, I think that Four Horsemen is actually one of the weaker tracks I've heard on the album so far. It's not really as impressive or fun. It's right on the line, in my opinion, of being filler, but it's still a good track. Just not as good as, maybe the other tracks. While they were given the grapes that go ripe in the sun, that loosen the screws at the back of the tongue, they told no one where they had begun. Four horsemen. They were given all the foods of vanity and all the instant promises of immortality, but they bit the dust, screaming insanity, 4 horsemen. So I know the 4 horsemen representative of like death, famine, some other stuff. So actually looking at the lyrics, do they say the 4 horsemen 4 times? No, they say it more. Okay, because I thought that would have been cool if each of those verses was describing one of those 4 horsemen. Maybe it kind of is to an extent. I don't know. One was over the edge, one was over the cliff, one was looking him dry with a bloody great spliff. When they picked up the hiker, didn't want the lift from the horsemen. Well, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't want to lift from one of these horsemen if they're representing bad things, so makes sense, makes sense. But you're not searching, are you now? You're not looking anyhow. You're never going to ride that lonely mile or put yourself up on trial. You told me how your life was so bad, and I agree that it does seem sad, but that's the price you got to pay for lazing all around the day. 4 horsemen coming right through. 4 horsemen, they're pissing by you. Or maybe you said passing, but but they make you look like you're wearing a truss. 4 horsemen, and it's going to be us. So like all these things are going to come to you. And while it doesn't have to necessarily represent literally famine or death and all that stuff, it could represent the coming of negativity in some capacity. They gave us everything from bending the mind. We cleaned out their pockets and we drank them blind. It's a long way to the finish, so don't get left behind by these horsemen. We play all your rock and roll. We know your rock and soul. We reach the parts other combos can't reach. We reach the beaches other armies cannot reach. Reach the top of the mountain they cannot reach. We play rock and roll. So maybe they're the 4 horsemen. Maybe the band is the 4 horsemen, and they're the ones coming to rock your world. Maybe not bringing negative things. Maybe just bringing change or something new that hasn't been heard before. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the track. You can let me know in the comments down below. Follow me on Twitter and support the channel on Patreon. Thank you as always for being here. Come back tomorrow, and I'll see you all then. Bye, guys.